Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whenever this video is reaching you, it's reaching you. May this video be a blessing to you. May this video be insight to you. May this video encourage you or grant you some type of peace. So, right now is like a very pivotal moment in my life. Sometimes I can live in disillusionment intentionally because I like to pretend that everything is always okay in life. I like to pretend that I live the most fabulous, grandest life. In my mind, you can't tell me I'm not a millionaire. You can't tell me I don't have everything that I need. I believe that, and I hope that you believe that too. So I walk around just with my mind high, my spirit high, at least I try to. Sometimes I have RBF, I think that's what it's called, resting bitch face. So sometimes it could come off like a little, but I promise I'm happy inside. I'm living my bestest, greatest life. I'm gonna try not to cuss too much because I'm at work. The cross is right there. It is Easter weekend, Passover weekend. Well, I like to say Passover weekend, like resurrection weekend. That's what I like to say, resurrection weekend. But yeah, so speaking of resurrection, this is what this video is about. So right now I've been going through a lot, like just a lot emotionally. My mom is going through a lot, and parents are superheroes to a lot of us. My mother is definitely a superhero, and I have to be reminded sometimes that she's human and not a superhero. And that's the part that kind of makes me a little sad, because humans aren't immortal. You know, superheroes can be. And her spirit and her heart definitely is immortal. And that definitely is what makes her a superhero. And right now she's going through some things with her health, and it is alarming. It is scary. It is hurtful because we just came back from a thing, you know? And I'm not in a space financially to provide for my mom the way she's always provided for me in my life. And that's what makes me sad, because now I'm here feeling like a failure, a definite failure in life, like a definite failure. I'm able to give her love. I'm able to support her. I'm able to be there with her through this thing, but financially, I can't, you know, and that hurts a lot. So anyways, yesterday was Good Friday. And every Good Friday, my mother always tells me how my grandmother said to, you know, make fish, and fish should bring, you know, luck into your life, into your home. And you bake fish in remembrance of the fact that Jesus had, you know, broke the bread and the fish with the 2,000 or 5,000, and he fed them with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, or something like that. And don't listen. I ain't no preacher, no priest. I ain't study all that stuff. I just know he did it. I know it was a lot of people, and I know it was 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. So don't be like, ooh, she don't know her word, whatever. And work in the church, girl, whatever. But so yeah, so yesterday was Good Friday, and I was really sad because every Good Friday my mom cooks. Every Good Friday my mom cooks, no matter how poor we've been, how rich we've been, how happy we've been, how sad it's been, she always cooked. But she was in the hospital. So I'm like, you know, let me brighten her mood, you know. And I'm like, you know, I don't know if this gonna make her smile, if it's gonna soften the air between us, because I've been really strict on her, because I'm not playing about her health. I haven't had kids yet, so my mama hasn't been able to be a grandmother to my kids. She's a grandmother to my nieces, but she ain't been a grandmother to my kids. My kids ain't here yet, so lady, you gotta stay, okay? You gotta stay. So anyways, it's already 4 minutes. Let me make it quick. So anyways, I was like, okay, I'm gonna cook fish when I get off. I'm gonna, you know, make some whatever they have, because I'm like, I live in Florida, so for a fact, you know how they do it down here in Miami. They're gonna go into this water and they grabbing all the fish that's in that thing, and it's gonna be a spread at all the markets, and it's gonna be some good fish out there. I wanted to make catfish. That's my favorite fish. But my mom loves salmon. So I'm like, let me find some good salmon. They had good salmon and good rainbow trout. That rainbow trout, I was literally about to like just lie to her and tell her it's salmon and get the rainbow trout, because I really wanted that trout. But I ain't do that to my girl. So I made the salmon. But yesterday, it was just a long day. It started off heavy because when I got up to pray, when I got up to meditate, to talk with God, I was angry in my heart. I ain't even gonna lie. I was angry. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, I know this your weekend, Jesus, but you know, I'm feeling like, what's this going on with my mama? Like, I need you to answer this right now. Like, I need you to get on the main line. I know it's a celebratory weekend for you in your resurrection, Jesus, but I need you to do some supernatural healing and saving in my life right now. You know, I was being very selfish, very human. And when I got in my Uber, I was trying to make it on time to work. I still was 10 minutes late. And when I got on the Uber and I came here, I didn't realize I didn't cut a pot off in my house. I still had my tea on it, and like, I boil tea in the pot because I use a lot of herbs and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna boil this tea, and then I'm gonna make sure it sits in the water for a little minute, and I'm gonna drink some, and then I'm gonna take my mama some along with the salmon. But when I realized, like, okay, I got 5 minutes, the Uber coming, blah, 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 I just ran out the house with everything that I had in my purse, forgetting to cut the stove off. By the time I got to work, I'm like 30 minutes into work, and I look at my boss, and I'm like, girl, I done left the stove on at my house. Like, I said it so calm. She like, for real? So I called my best friend. I called my boyfriend. I'm like, I left the stove on at the house. Like, I don't know what to do. So I told him, like, girl, I gotta go. I stay 10 minutes from my job. So I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta just go back. So I'm pissed because I'm spending money to Uber to back home and then Uber back to work, all because. And no, I wasn't finna walk. Yeah, it's 10 minutes driving. Walking is like a good 30-minute walk. I'm a fat girl. I'm not doing that. But anyways, I took the Uber. And when I got in the Uber, I never noticed it until I got in. He was like, your name Jennifer? And I was like, yes. And I was like, your name is? And I was like, oh, Jesus. And I was like, oh, look at Jesus picking me up on Good Friday. Mind you, like I said, I was angry, and I was like, Jesus, like, you know, why you ain't showing up for me? Show up for me. Like, that was, like, this has been my prayer the whole time. My mother has been, sorry if you hear the wrinkling, just a little, my bracelets. Anyways, yeah, so I'm like, oh, in my mind, I'm like, this is a sign. Mind you, we start driving, right? And this person, it's like 3 lanes. We're in a lane to make a left turn. We're in the right lane. This person, it's 2 lanes to make a left turn, then it's 1 lane to go straight. The person who is in the left lane, the original first lane, because we're in the second lane to make the left turn, they're right here. So it's 2 left turns. They decide to just go straight. It's wrong. You can't do that. It's a big old white thing that says everybody turns left if you're in these 2 lanes. So we're making the left turn really fast. They hit their gas really fast so they could beat us to try to go straight, and we almost collide. And like, the guy's first thing to say was Jesus Cristo, because he was Spanish. And I'm like, yes, see what I'm saying? I said, I told you Jesus is picking us up on a Good Friday. But it made me happy in my spirit, because I do feel like it was a sign from God. I'm not gonna lie, because I was mad. I'm spending all this money just to Uber back home, back to work, blah, blah, blah. I get in there, I cut the pot off. The pot wasn't even boiling. That's the thing that got me. When I got a house, I'm expecting I'm gonna smell it. It wasn't. I had it up on high, y'all. No boiling, no smoke, no nothing. I just went in. I had to check to make sure I had the stove on. I'm like, did I just lie to myself? When I went over there, I'm like, wow, it ain't even boiling. It's not even bubbling. It ain't even making a scene right now. And I'm frantic in my mind, but trying to stay calm. And I was just like, dang, that's crazy. So I cut it off, and I get back in the same Uber. So we did a round trip. And as I'm going back to work, I'm just telling God, like, order my steps. What is it that you're trying to say to me in this moment? Like, and I swear to God, like, I'm not making it up, and I can see the sun through the clouds right now on this beautiful Miami skyline. Let me see if I can look at that. Look at the sun through the clouds while I'm saying that. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, I promise I'm not making it up. See, this is what I'm looking at right now. Just want to shut that off real quick. But anyways, yeah, in this moment, like, I was like, just reveal to me what you're really trying to say to me. And it was like, you know, on Good Friday, a lot of Christians say, and I'm a believer of Christ too, but I'm just saying, like, you know, a lot of the Bible thumping Christians say, they say that it was a sad day for everybody. Everybody was in mourning. Everybody thought that it was over. Everybody thought that it was over because Jesus was being, you know, their prophet, the Son of God, the Son of Man, who came here to save the world, was being, you know, beaten, tormented, tortured, killed right in front of them. Like, the person that walked on water, the person that fed the 2 fish with 5 loaves of bread, the person that resurrected Lazarus from the dead, the person that could touch somebody and heal their body, the man that healed the man with leprosy, spit in his hands and healed somebody's eyesight. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't save himself. And they were watching their Savior die. They were watching our Savior die. And it was just the most nerve-wracking thing ever. And the thing that I heard God say was, I'm always with you. Even when it look like I ain't, I'm there with you. I promise I'm suffering with you. I promise I'm sad with you. I promise I'm celebrating with you. I promise every moment of your life, I promise I'm there. You just gotta look for me. You gotta look for me. You gotta open your eyes and you gotta see me with everything. You gotta keep your head high and you gotta keep your eyes and your heart focused on me so you can see me. And I went and I gave my mom the fish. And there's a cry, even now, right now, I probably see it on the screen, but I'm a thug, so I only cry tattooed tears and ain't no tats on my face. So when I gave my mom, when I was cooking the fish, I got emotional because it's the first Good Friday of 36 years of living that I don't have my mom to cook for me. I have to cook for her. So I made the fish or whatever, and I took it to my mom, and I could tell she was forcing herself to eat it. And that's what I mean by, like, parents are superheroes, because she knew what it meant to me for her to eat that fish, you know? And it's not like it was no nasty fish. I ain't trying to say she forced it like it was nasty, man. I'm saying she forced it because she's in pain. She's in pain. She forced it because she's in pain, and she was eating it confirmation because my mama keep lying to me. I'm fine, and I know she's hurting. And it's an ambulance. God bless them, and they make it safely to the person they saving. Anyways, yeah. So she was in pain, and she ate it. You know, she was trying to, like, ignore the pain because she on a little morphine too, but I could tell, like, she ate it and she, like, kind of overly stuffed her stomach. So that's where a lot of her pain is. So it started there again. But she's like, no, I'm fine. She's like, I needed this. And I could tell when she was saying she needed it, it was like, sometimes parents just need to know their love. Sometimes parents need to know that you got it. Sometimes parents need to know, okay, I've raised my kids and they will be okay. I've raised them enough where they can help me, you know. But long story short, I just wanted to say that you have to look for Jesus in the tough times too. Sometimes we can't see him because we being selfish, we feel forgotten, we feel abandoned, we angry, because my anger really made me feel like, man, my prayers ain't going nowhere. Like, that's how it started to make me feel. And God was definitely telling me yesterday on Good Friday, like, I'm with you, man, I'm riding with you. That's how I feel. I feel like Jesus being my driver and me being in the back seat was the message that I needed right there. Jesus is just like, I'm here. I'm the rider that you need. I'm riding it down with you. I'm right here with you. Like, don't give up on me and don't stop praying, because I hear every prayer, every tear you cry is a prayer that's being lifted to heaven. Like, my angels are with you. I'm guiding you. It's tough. It is tough, you know, to watch your superhero, your savior be seen as immortal. Because in that moment on Good Friday, when they was beating Jesus like that, like people say, he could have waved his hand and a legion of 100,000 angels would have flattened this thing. It wouldn't been no earthly. None of us would have been here right now. So it's like, but he had mercy. So I just wanted to say, I just believe that in whatever situation you're facing today, God's granting you mercy, God's granting you healing, God's granting you courage to face it. God is granting you wisdom to get through it, strategy and wisdom, divine strategy and wisdom to get through it, and it will get better. No matter what that better looks like, no matter what the next second looks like, it will get better. So, yeah, Jesus riding with us, man. That's just the message I had, and I just wanted to share that on Good Friday, my Uber driver name was Jesus. That's all. So y'all have a good day.